It's some of my best work. I bet he won't be talking back to his mama no more, getting that George Jefferson. We'll never give up. Your father will be proud of everything that's going on here.
Hashtag Barbershop Saves the Neighborhood is trending on Twitter.
Can I get a selfie with you?
What the white girls want? They lost? Did you tell them they was awesome? White people love them, you go, awesome.
Barbershop 3, The Next Cut. I'll be honest, I was not looking forward to this film walking into the theater. But let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. So when I saw Barbershop 1 and 2, they were okay. They really didn't do anything for me. I really didn't care for those films. So going into The Next Cut, Barbershop 3, my expectations were extremely low. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'll be really honest. I really did enjoy this film. It was great. I don't know if that's because I had low expectations, but the film was great. They had a lot of nice things to like about it. I think it's because of the direction by Malcolm D. Lee. He did not do the first Barbershop or the second Barbershop film, but he wanted to come in and helm the third. And he did a great job with the characters and the story, and overall produced a pretty good picture. Now, Malcolm D. Lee did Best Man, The Best Man Holiday, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, Roll Bounce, and a few other films that I am a fan of. And I want to say that I think I enjoyed the film solely due to his involvement. Now, just some of the things that I liked about the movie is it's funny. It's actually really funny. I laughed a lot. I was actually laughing all the way through this film. Majority of the jokes were not forced and they flowed organically, and they have different forms of comedy. Sometimes it's just a scene where people are acting silly and they just want to throw in a good laughs, and it does make you laugh. A lot of the scenes in this have great dialogue and they're intense and they build up to where you're actually at the edge of your seat sometime. And they were able to bring in the comedy at the end to soften the blow to transition to the next scene. And I think they did that very well. It was two characters in particular that I've never heard of, and I'm not going to look up their name, but one was a black guy and one was an Indian guy. And they bounced off each other very well. And for the most part, they were the comic relief of the whole film. And just about everybody was. I mean, this is a full cast of so many black actors and actresses that are from the past and the previous Barbershop films, and some new ones, one being Nicki Minaj. I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan, but I'm not a Nicki Minaj hater either. I mean, I'm indifferent, but she actually did a great job in the role. I mean, she pops up in a few movies like this in these small roles, and as I'm seeing her on film more and more, I mean, she actually holds her own. I'm not saying that she's Oscar worthy or anything like that, not remotely close, but for someone that is solely an entertainer, she does a great job in the role that she feels. She's pretty much playing herself, but I had low expectations as far as her character. But I mean, she was actually one of the driving forces of the film. But there are so many characters in this film, like up to 50. Some are coming back from the past and some are brand new. And I like how they incorporated everybody from the past and the present to give you this picture. Another great thing about this film are the relationships that they are trying to build throughout. I love the relationship that Ice Cube had with his son. It was realistic. It was genuine. I was able to relate. It made sense to me, and I cared about what happened at the end with their relationship. Another relationship that I really liked was Common and his wife Eve, their roles. They had great chemistry on film too. They had a lot of nice arguments and they had a lot of nice comedic elements too. It was great. I really did love those two relationships. Other relationships that I liked in the film was just the barbershop itself. I mean, there are some barbershops out there to where it's combined, to where you have the male side and the female side. Usually it's separated, of course, with everyone. Beauty shops over here, barbershops over here. But this time it was different, and they combined the shops to come together. And it was really nice to have the men's perspective and the woman's perspective coming together and clashing sometime. It made for great entertainment. It made for great conversation. It made for great dialogue. And I liked it. Everywhere you go, when you go to a barbershop, guys are always talking about women. And when you go to a beauty shop, women are always talking about men. So a lot of the conversations and dialogue that the characters had back and forth, I liked it. I was eating it up. I mean, you got the perspective of the type of women that men go after and the type of men that women go after and the stereotypes that both sides serve. And there are double standards on both sides. And the film tackled that very well, and I really enjoyed it. Another great addition to the next cut, Barbershop 3, were all the cameos. They had a number of cameos that just kept popping up, and it was a pleasant surprise. I want to say at least 6 or 7. And it brought levity to the film. If for a millisecond, if you thought the film was getting boring or just, drawing out, they gave you a cameo and it just kind of lifted your spirits, made you laugh, made you smile, made you have a good time. And just one of the last things, one of the most important things that I liked about the film were the real world issues that they had. Some of the things that they were talking about are current events that are going on right now, and they gave great perspective on what's going on and how different people feel about them and how they want to try to solve the problem. They did a great job there. Now, I talked about my likes. Let me talk about my dislikes now. The last thing I said is I really did like the story, but something that I did not like about the story is some of these real life elements that they're talking about felt a bit forced and just kind of shoved down your throat. Of course, they brought up police violence and police brutality and Black Lives Matter, and all that was good and gravy. I did like that. But sometimes when they tried to touch on that subject, they just kind of shoved it down your throat, and instead of being a movie, it kind of seemed like a big political message. And I don't mind the topic, I don't mind the discussion, I don't mind conversing about it, but I just don't want it shoved down my face. I want it to happen organically. I want it to happen naturally. And there were just a few times to where it didn't happen naturally, but that's just a small nitpick. Another thing that I really just didn't care for was the character, the JB Smoove that he played, One Touch. The guy was just a little over the top for me. I really didn't care for him. The screening that I was in, there were a few people laughing at his role and his mannerisms and characteristics. I was not one of them, so I was not a fan of his character too much. But overall, guys, it's a great film, and some of the acting in this film was top notch. And that goes to Ice Cube. He was been in all 3. He's the main titular character in these films. And when he is dealing with these real life issues and dealing with his son and trying to raise his son in this neighborhood, he's conflicted. He's torn. He doesn't know what to do. It's hard. And you can see it in his face. You can see it in his emotions. And he's hurt and he doesn't want to do it. And I just want to say great action there. And the last thing that I want to say about this film that just topped it off was just how real things felt with all the confrontations. There is gang violence going on and the neighborhood is failing and falling below city expectations. And when 2 parties are meeting having a confrontation, I really felt like somebody was about to die or get their ass beat. And that's what I want to see. I mean, it seems like that. I wasn't just through the roof with excitement, but I was leaning in just like excited, like, okay, man, how is this going to play out? And it was like that with the serious roles and the comedic parts of this film too. So overall, it was a great film. I really did enjoy it. If I had to rate this film out of 1 out of 10, I would give it an 8 out of a 10. Yes, an 8 out of 10. But guys, that's just my opinion. Have you seen Barbershop, the next cut? Do you want to see it? Have I turned you on? Have I turned you off? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. If you like this video, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. And if you didn't like the video, that's fine. Just leave me a comment below why and still give me the thumbs up. Since you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel to become one of my subscribers and get all the content that I have to provide in the past and in the future. And if you want to find me on any other platforms, you can. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JustMyOpinion84, or you can head over to the website JustMyOpinion.net. So guys, thank you for tuning in, and before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.